Developers and plenty of local councils love apartment buildings because more people per square metre equals more profit and more rates. And our growing population needs somewhere to live. But it's changing suburbs forever. And now there's a fight back.
No free stories! No free stories! No free stories! No free stories!
What do you think it'll turn into?
A disaster.
Save our Oval! Save our Oval!
People against progress.
If you don't stand up for the things that you believe in where you live, where are you going to stand up for them?
Of course it's about the money. Absolutely, they don't give a damn.
It's every Australian's worst fear that a monstrosity like this will be built almost on top of them and they'll be forced to live in the shadows. Well, bad news for those who like a nice view and their peace and quiet, because high-rises are on the horizon as the government prepares for a big Australia.
All neighbourhoods will come under review, and so they should.
They need to get a life and come out and have a look in the suburbs and see what's going on and stop making rules that are helping the developers.
20 kilometres out of Melbourne, things are usually pretty quiet in Dingley Village. But today, residents are making noise over proposed changes to their suburb.
Not in our village! Not in our village!
The council wants to allow higher density developments, including 3-storey housing in some residential streets.
Once you start building 3 stories, then you'll probably have 60, 70 unit developments around here. They'll just buy up 3-4 blocks in a row and then they'll just go to town.
You just can't cope with the people, that's all.
This is a village, not a metropolis. It's a village, and council call it a village, and it's on the maps as a village, and it should remain a village. Okay?
You've got the support of the people.
Thank you.
It's the kind of uprising we're seeing around the country. Families banding together, fighting to keep their suburbs livable. Take this community in Melbourne's Cranbourne North.
Save our Oval! Save our Oval!
Locals want this block turned into a sporting field. The developer wants to build 138 homes on it.
Everyone in this community has sacrificed their big backyard with the promise of green space.
Absolute disgrace.
There is continual construction and all that comes with that. The noise, the extra traffic, the trucks with spoilage.
In Brisbane, West End residents, including Selena Moore, are up in arms about yet another high-rise development.
One of the highest buildings you could build around here was 6 stories. And then from 2011, that's gone to 30 stories, which you can see.
While those living in the Sydney suburb of Marrickville are fighting a builder who wants to demolish this factory and make way for 2,600 apartments.
Well, what's happening in suburban areas is just a normal evolution.
Councils are under pressure from state governments to plan for the future, according to town planner Bill Kusznirczuk.
You cannot afford to keep building out. It's as simple as that. It's not sustainable and it's not smart.
Capital city growth made up 79% of our total population growth last year. Melbourne had the largest increase, more than 119,000 people, followed by Sydney and Brisbane. So if we don't go up, where will the people go? CEO of the Property Council, Ken Morrison, says high-density growth is good as long as infrastructure and amenities keep pace.
It's still tough to get in. Housing's expensive in our big cities. That is another reason that people are looking to other forms of housing, apartment dwelling, attached dwellings, townhouses and the like.
It's just going to alter everything.
Trish Roberts is one of many worried residents in Melbourne's Oakley South. A developer wants to squeeze 89 townhouses onto this tiny block.
There's facilities around here to cater for what we've got now, but you start loading more and more people in here. There's nowhere for them to come to park to start with. There's a bus that goes every half hour, stops at 10 o'clock at night.
Australia is not used to multi-storey buildings. We like our backyards.
Georgina Oxley is the Mayor of Kingston Council, which looks after Dingley Village. She claims the rezoning proposals would only see 3-storey housing in 7% of the suburb.
What Kingston's looking at doing is accommodating that population growth around our activity centres, so around those areas that have the infrastructure to support that population growth and protecting what we have in our quieter neighbourhood streets.
It'd be horrible. I'd be wanting to move out, I think, because it's just,
too much hustle and bustle, won't be able to move at the shops, you know. They won't have enough food there because they'll run out all the time.
As for the residents praying for a sporting oval, after a current affair became involved, their 5-year battle came to an end, with council purchasing the land off the developer.
This is just a huge positive for us, and we're so thankful that we've been able to do this. So, thank you so much.
Just shows how we can stand together and how we can all put our weight behind something and get our voices heard.
What do you think of this win?
This is fantastic, and it just goes to speak for people power. Look at all of these people standing out here in the rain.